So we're going to do the picanha here. So here's the picanha. The first thing you want to do is you want to take off this piece of fat here. So take that off. Try to make sure that you're leaving as much of meat as possible. So that's why I usually use this little knife here. Alright, so once you take that off, you want to take a look at it. So you want to cut in the direction of the fibers. So if you'll see on this one, the fibers are running straight up and down. You don't want to, so what you're going to do, you're going to cut it in this direction. You want to cut in the same direction as the fibers. You don't want to cut it in this direction because it's not going to be as soft when you eat it. Occasionally you'll have a picanha that looks like this. It's a little bit, misformed. So for example, if I were to cut a piece of the picanha, if I were to cut a piece, make a ball on the skewer as such, it's just a little bit misshaped. So this outside piece, the very, very outside piece on the thicker end, is usually pretty chewy also. So what I'll do occasionally is I'll just take that kind of chewy piece off just a little bit, and I'll use it, and we'll use that for ground beef for later. All right. Depending on how big it is, you can get 2 to 3, maybe even 4 different pieces. Put that off to the side for now. The last little edge you can use for the garlic sirloin, depending on how much garlic sirloin you use. Technically, I could use this one or this one for garlic sirloin also, depending on how much you need for the day. All right, so I'll put that over to the side. Now, if there's too much fat, you can take off a little bit of the fat. You don't want to have too much fat. You don't want to have too little fat. You kind of figure it out. I'll just take off a little bit of the fat. We also use the picanha for the steak wrapped in bacon. So what I'll do is I'll kind of flatten it out. Just make sure that it's kind of as even as possible. So I'll just cut off that little extra piece here. Cut that up. Leave it for the fillet wrapped in bacon. Just want to make sure that you get any of this kind of silver skin off because even though it's small, it is going to make the steak more chewy. Last but not least, here we go. All right, now when it comes to skewering, you want to skewer from the biggest piece to the smallest piece. You're going to start roughly 1 to 2 fingers away from the edge. Skewer it through. Turn around. You want to make sure that you get it as close to the center as possible. Turn around. Make sure you try to get the skewer through as much of the meat as possible as well. That's going to help hold the meat down. One thing you don't want to do is ball it up before and then skewer it. It's just from experience, it's not going to hold as well. You also want to make sure, like I said, get it closer to the edge. Get it closer to the edge rather than skewering it straight through the back. I've seen this a lot of times. People skewer it straight through the back like that. Way too much meat on this side. All right, it's also going to fall. Start close to the edge. Skewer it. Pull around. Skewer this piece all through the meat, all through the center. Here it is. Looks nice.